Well, hey, Transplant Helper community. It's good to see you this morning. I had a few extra minutes, so I thought I'd just pause and holler at you, see how things were going. Gonna be a pretty busy day for me today. I've actually got 4, maybe 5 videos that probably need to come out today. I'm going to hold off and release maybe 2. 2 of them will be shout-outs. And then maybe this afternoon we're going to be letting go of our IVIG video, which, by the way, Victoria from Lemons and Lime helped me out with that, and so thank you to her for that. I look forward to you seeing that video. Hopefully it'll be some help to you. I know several of you are currently taking IVIG treatments, and so you're struggling a little bit with that. Maybe that video will give you some insight for those of you who have not experienced that. Hopefully it'll just kind of give you some understanding of what, could potentially be in your future. Let's hope not, but if it arises, you'll know what you're dealing with. Anyway, I want to give a big shout out to several different people, mainly right now to Buck Anderson. Buck Anderson received the call last night, so let's hope that the call was for him. Let's hope that the organs that are available may be a match. You never can tell with those things. Many of us receive multiple calls, and it just wasn't for us for whatever reason. Hopefully for him it will be. And so, Buck, I want you to know that you're in my prayers. You pick at me a lot sometimes, and I enjoy it. So I was always taught by my daddy that if somebody picks at you, they like you. So I'm going to assume that that's why we pick back and forth a little bit. But anyway, Buck, to you, I wish you the very best. You'll be in my prayers that this will be yours. Hadn't heard anything yet, but as well that you'll improve and that you'll recover quickly. Nonetheless, let's say a prayer for the donor family today. There at least was a family who was losing a loved one, so let's pray for them as we do continually. And I don't know if I say that enough here on the program, but donor families are special, and donor families go through a lot, and donor families have very difficult times, and we need to remember them anytime that we can. I'm so appreciative of my donor family and for the ability that I've had to continue to live because of their decision. And it was a mutual decision in my case of the family. So Buck Anderson, to you, big shout out. Donor family shout out as well. Continue to think about several different people that are recovering. Jenny Hanner, a great friend of mine, local girl, received lungs several weeks ago, struggled for a while, and she's doing a good bit better. So Jenny, to you, huge shout out. Jenny has actually gotten out of the hospital now and headed to her apartment there in Houston, so she'll be spending some time there, continuing her recovery, rehab type stuff. So Jenny, huge shout out to you. I know you're going to do great. You'll get stronger and stronger every day, and it'll get easier and easier as you go. So huge shout out to you. Mark Barber, I've been watching you. Mark seems to be doing very well right now. If you've been watching him on Facebook, you see his rather lengthy bike rides, and so there has to be some energy and some stamina to do that. So Mark, congratulations. You've had a tough go of it and some rough times, but things have really gotten better and seem like. So you just keep doing what you're doing and you'll be fine. To our mutual friend, Mark, and myself, and many of you, Terry Toro. Terry is having a difficult time right now, off and on. Very blessed to be a transplant recipient as she is, but she's going through some difficulties right now, having to take some IVIG treatments and such, as I mentioned earlier. And it's just a rough time. She's had some reactions to some of the medications they've given her. I don't know that it's necessarily to the IVIG. I think she had a reaction to the Benadryl, which Benadryl and Tylenol are 2 things that generally go right with IVIG. And so, I hope they've gotten that leveled out, because I know you'll have to take several more of those treatments. But keep Terry in your prayers. Justin Wise, I've got a huge shout out that went out to him yesterday. Justin Wise, the 11-year-old who's waiting on a heart transplant, a little bit over 400 days right now, so a long wait apparently, but Justin is going to do great. So keep him in your prayers. Keep whomever might potentially be his donor family in your prayers. It's a difficult spot we get in as transplant patients. We're awaiting life. And we're awaiting hope, and we're awaiting an opportunity to continue to live. But on the other side of that, for major situations, heart, lung particularly, there are no living donors, and so it's a very difficult thing to consider that someone has to lose a loved one alive in order for us to gain ours. And so that's just thankful for organ donation again, but that's the way. It's just one of the things we have to consider. So to you, I know you're going to do great, Justin. Just keep on keeping on, stay stronger. And anytime you get discouraged, check out the shout out. Give me a call. I don't mind. I would love to hear from you, your mom, whoever. I can help. So to you, the best. Let's see. Rolling back through my mind. So many lately. Joseph DeRosa has an anniversary coming up. His 1-year transplant anniversary is tomorrow. And so Joseph, be watching. There may be something special for you coming up. Just a little bird told me that. So I'll be watching. But Joseph, huge shout out to you on that anniversary. It's a huge accomplishment. Those 1, 3, and 5, almost couldn't do that right. Those 1, 3, and 5 year marks are huge. And so congratulations on making that first one. Linda Jara. Linda is going today, I believe, for her third checkup. Is that annual, Linda? I think. Going for her checkup nonetheless. And she's going to do great. I know you're going to do fine. But in addition to that, Linda has joined the Transplant Helper community in a sense. And I've invited all of you to do that, by the way. You don't necessarily have to buy the t-shirt, albeit if you do, it kind of helps people understand who you are. I'll put a link in the description below for that. But Linda does have a t-shirt, and Linda has been helping a lot of people already through Facebook, through other means, I know. But she's going today physically to sit down and meet with a person who's waiting on a transplant, who her coordinators told her about, a person who's struggling. And Linda knows what the struggle's all about. She knows, as we all do, how difficult transplant can be and how overwhelming it is. And so she's going to sit down and hopefully, as she said today in a post, advocate, educate, and motivate that person. And I know you'll do great, Linda. So do well. You will. You do very well. Let's see. So many come to mind until I want to say them, and then I go blank. But I see R. Kelly Wagner a lot, assisting people. If you've not already friended her on Facebook, go ahead and do that. She is a mind, a very intelligent mind in the transplant life. She has a lot of experience. She does a lot of research, and so she's extremely helpful. If you want to friend her, a lot of times she's there to field questions. She's in the Facebook groups fielding questions. Huge encouragement, tremendous encouragement. So go ahead and to you, shout out to you, Kelly, for all that you do. Mark Johnson recently made a move. R. Kelly made a move too, by the way. But Mark Johnson recently made a move, which I was excited to see. Able to move very close to his transplant center. He had struggled for a while in his first year post-transplant because he was so far, such a distance from his transplant center. But he recently was able to move back very close. So I know it's going to be a tremendous help to he and his family, and a successful move there. Hard to think when you need to, isn't it? You could help me out. We are live, you know. Let's see. Anyway, I won't take up much more of your time today. I'm brain fogging anyway. But just thank you so much for your support. Thank you for your continued encouragement that comes to me, and more than that, the encouragement that you send out to the rest of the Transplant Helper community boggles my mind. Oh yeah, here's a couple more. Carol Green continues to do well. I get updated on her pretty regular. My friend William Campbell is in CICU, had 2 cardiac arrests the other night. He's awaiting a transplant, struggling right now. So please pray for the family and for William as he tries to keep pushing through this. He's a warrior and make it toward transplant. So pray for him. Andrea Paris, very impressive. Andrea has some difficult times that she typically hides behind her ability, but continue to pray for Andrea. Big shout out to you, Andrea, by the way. You're encouraging a lot of people with what you do. All right, maybe I have run out. Maybe I am blank now. Anyway, appreciate you rambling through this with me. Until next time, please, all of you, stay stronger, friends.